Here are Grandma's 55 frugal living tips from the Great Depression. No entertainment beyond 8 p.m. Grandma avoided evening activities like listening to the radio or using electric lights after 8 p.m. to save on electricity during the Great Depression. This frugal practice significantly reduced utility bills and promoted early bedtimes. To implement this, set a strict cutoff time for using electric devices and lights, encouraging family members to wind down and prepare for sleep. If it's broke, fix it. Repair broken items instead of buying new ones. During the Great Depression, people would sew torn clothes, repair appliances, and mend furniture themselves to extend their life. Keep a basic toolkit at home and learn repair skills through online tutorials or community classes. This approach saves money, reduces waste, and promotes self-sufficiency, making the most of your possessions. Take in boarders. Rent out a spare room to earn extra income. Clean and furnish the room, then list it on rental websites like Airbnb or offer it to students or workers. Set clear house rules and vet potential renters carefully. The additional income can help cover household bills, mortgage payments, or be saved for future needs. Make it do or do without. The slogan, "Use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without," was popularized during the Great Depression. Be creative with items at home, repairing and repurposing them when needed. Prioritize essential spending over wants. This frugal mindset saves money, reduces waste, and encourages sustainability by making do with available resources, ensuring financial prudence and resourcefulness. Burn corn cobs for heat. Collect and dry corn cobs to use as an alternative fuel source. Burn them in wood stoves or outdoor fire pits. This method reduces the need to purchase firewood or other fuels, lowering heating costs. Corn cobs are a renewable resource, providing an eco-friendly and cost-effective way to stay warm during colder months. Set up a victory garden. During tough economic times, setting up a victory garden can provide fresh produce and reduce grocery bills. Start by selecting a sunny spot in your yard, then plant vegetables like tomatoes, carrots, and beans. Use compost and natural fertilizers to enrich the soil. Regularly water and maintain the garden by weeding and monitoring for pests. Harvest your produce when ripe to ensure a steady supply of healthy, homegrown food. Save fat from meat you cook. Save fat rendered from cooking meats like bacon, beef, or pork to use in future recipes. After cooking, strain the fat through a fine sieve into a clean container and store it in the refrigerator. Use the rendered fat up to 3 times for frying, baking, or as a flavor enhancer in soups and stews. This method reduces waste and provides a flavorful, free cooking resource. Use newspaper as insulation. Use old newspapers as insulation to keep your home warm. Layer newspapers in walls, under floorboards, or in attics to add extra insulation. This method helps retain heat during the winter, reducing heating costs. Ensure the newspapers are dry to prevent mold and replace them if they become damaged. This practice can be especially useful in drafty areas of older homes. Learn to fish for food. Learning to fish can provide a sustainable and cost-effective food source. Start by investing in basic fishing gear such as a rod, reel, line, hooks, and bait. Obtain a local fishing license and research nearby fishing spots and the types of fish available. Learn and practice fishing techniques such as casting, reeling, and handling fish. Clean and cook your catch to enjoy fresh, nutritious food. Fishing also provides a recreational activity that can be enjoyed alone or with family. Wash clothing less often. Grandma would wash clothing less often to save water and energy during the Great Depression. Items like jeans, sweaters, and outerwear can be worn multiple times before washing. Typically, jeans can be worn 3 to 5 times, sweaters 5 to 7 times, and outerwear even longer if they're not stained. Spot clean stains and air out clothes between wears to keep them fresh. Work odd jobs. Take on odd jobs to earn extra income. Just like Grandpa did during the Great Depression, jobs were scarce during that time, so people would desperately take odd jobs. Look for opportunities such as yard work, house cleaning, pet walking and sitting, babysitting, grocery shopping, or freelance tasks. Advertise your services through local bulletin boards, social media, or word of mouth. Working odd jobs helps supplement your income, cover expenses, and gain diverse skills. Use home remedies. Grandma would utilize home remedies for common ailments to save money on medical expenses. For instance, use honey and lemon for sore throats, aloe vera for minor burns, and baking soda for indigestion. Research and learn about effective home remedies for various conditions. This frugal approach reduces reliance on over-the-counter medications and promotes natural healing methods. Eat fewer processed meals. Reduce consumption of processed meals to save money and improve health. Cook simple, nutritious meals using whole ingredients like vegetables, grains, and lean proteins. Plan your meals and prepare them in advance to avoid the convenience of processed foods. Eating fewer processed meals lowers grocery cost and promotes a healthier diet. Preserve extra produce. Preserve extra produce to extend its shelf life and reduce waste. Use methods like canning, freezing, and drying to store surplus fruits and vegetables. For example, canned tomatoes, freeze berries, and dry herbs. Preserving produce allows you to enjoy seasonal fruits and vegetables year-round, saving money and ensuring a steady supply of nutritious food. Bundle up indoors. Wear extra layers of clothing indoors to stay warm and reduce heating costs. Use sweaters, blankets, and warm socks instead of turning up the thermostat. This practice conserves energy and lowers utility bills during colder months. Encourage family members to bundle up and make the home cozy with rugs and insulated curtains. Make your own gifts. Create handmade gifts to save money and add a personal touch. Use materials you already have or buy inexpensive supplies to make items like knitted scarves, baked goods, or homemade candles. Personalize each gift based on the recipient's interests. Handmade gifts are budget-friendly, meaningful, and show thoughtfulness and creativity. Stock your pantry with the basics. Grandma would keep her pantry stocked with essential items like rice, beans, pasta, canned goods, and spices. Buying these basics in bulk can save money and ensure you always have ingredients for meals. This reduces the need for frequent grocery trips and helps you prepare quick, nutritious meals at home. Reduce how much you're using. Use less of everything to save money and resources. For example, use smaller amounts of soap, shampoo, and detergent. Cook smaller portions to avoid food waste. Be mindful of your usage and find ways to stretch the lifespan of household products. This frugal habit lowers expenses and promotes sustainability. Never borrow money. Even with the looming economic downturn, it's important to avoid borrowing money. Borrowing can lead to debt, which is hard to manage in tough times. Instead, try to live within your means. Save money when you can and make careful financial decisions to stay stable and secure. Grow medicinal herbs. Grow medicinal herbs at home to use for natural remedies, just like Grandma did. Plant herbs like basil, mint, chamomile, and lavender in your garden or in pots. Use these herbs to make teas, salves, and infusions to treat common ailments like headaches, colds, and anxiety. Growing medicinal herbs reduces reliance on pharmaceuticals and provides a sustainable source of natural medicine. Use baking soda as toothpaste. An old-fashioned trick, Grandma would often use baking soda as toothpaste during the Great Depression to save money. Wet your toothbrush, dip it in baking soda, and brush as usual. Baking soda effectively cleans teeth and neutralizes odors. This simple, inexpensive alternative promotes oral hygiene and reduces the need for commercial toothpaste. Homemade beauty products from kitchen ingredients. Create beauty products using ingredients from your kitchen. Make face masks with oats and milk, scrubs with used coffee grounds and oil, and hair treatments with avocado. These natural alternatives are cost-effective and free from harsh chemicals, providing gentle care for your skin, and a share or swap books and magazines. Exchange books and magazines with friends, family, or neighbors to save money and enjoy new reading material. Set up a book swap group or use community libraries and online platforms. Sharing or swapping helps you access a variety of genres and authors without purchasing new items. Make pet food from table scraps. Utilize table scraps to make homemade pet food. Combine leftover meats, vegetables, and grains to create balanced meals for your pets. Ensure the ingredients are safe and nutritious for animals. This practice reduces food waste and saves money on commercial pet food. Reuse bathwater for gardening. Grandma would collect and reuse bathwater to water her garden. After bathing, transfer the water into a container and use it on non-edible plants. Ensure the water is free from harsh chemicals or excessive soap. This method conserves water, reduces utility bills, and supports sustainable gardening practices. Use rags instead of paper towels. Replace paper towels with reusable rags for cleaning. Old clothes or towels can be cut into rags, reducing waste and saving money. Wash and reuse them as needed, promoting an eco-friendly and cost-effective cleaning solution. Don't pay for what you can do yourself. Save money by doing tasks yourself instead of hiring help. Learn to fix small repairs, cook meals, and do yard work. This approach cuts costs and builds valuable skills, enhancing self-sufficiency and financial savings. Learn a few new things to make. Expand your skills by learning to make new items. Try baking bread, sewing clothes, or crafting home decor. These hobbies can save money, provide homemade goods, and offer creative fulfillment, making daily life more rewarding. Use the inedible parts. Utilize inedible parts of food like vegetable peels and bones for stocks and compost. This reduces waste and extracts maximum value from groceries, supporting sustainable living and enhancing homemade meals with rich, flavorful broths. Supplement protein with cheaper alternatives. Replace expensive meats with affordable protein sources like beans, lentils, and eggs. These alternatives provide essential nutrients at a lower cost, helping to maintain a balanced diet while managing grocery expenses more effectively. Refuse to buy new. Avoid buying new items and instead use secondhand or repurposed goods. Thrift stores, garage sales, and online marketplaces offer affordable, pre-owned items. This practice saves money and reduces waste by extending the life of existing products. Make a habit of checking these sources before purchasing new. Use ashes to make lye soap. Use wood ashes to make homemade lye soap. Collect ashes from a hardwood fire, then mix with water to create lye. Combine the lye with animal fats or oils and cook until it thickens into soap. Let the mixture cure for several weeks before use. This method recycles ashes and produces natural, cost-effective soap. Store root vegetables in sand. Store root vegetables like carrots, potatoes, and beets in sand to keep them fresh longer. Fill a wooden box or crate with dry sand and bury the vegetables, ensuring they do not touch each other. Place the box in a cool, dark place. This technique maintains humidity and prevents spoilage, extending the shelf life of your produce. Borrow when you're able. Borrow items instead of buying them. For infrequently used tools or equipment, ask friends, family, or neighbors if you can borrow what you need. Utilize local libraries or community sharing programs. This approach saves money and fosters a sense of community by sharing resources. Make homemade vinegar from apple scraps. During the Great Depression, Grandma would make homemade vinegar using apple scraps. Collect peels and cores, place them in a jar and cover with water. Add a tablespoon of sugar and cover the jar with a cloth. Let it sit in a dark place, stirring daily for a few weeks. Strain the liquid and allow it to ferment until it reaches the desired acidity. This process turns food waste into a useful, economical product. Exchange produce with family. Trade homegrown fruits and vegetables with family members to diversify your food supply and save money. Coordinate what each person grows to maximize variety. Sharing homegrown produce reduces grocery expenses, strengthens family bonds, and ensures everyone enjoys a range of fresh, nutritious foods. Use sawdust as a cleaning abrasive. Utilize sawdust as a natural abrasive for cleaning tough stains and spills. Sprinkle sawdust on greasy surfaces, scrub with a brush, and sweep it away. Sawdust effectively absorbs grease and grime. Start by collecting sawdust from woodworking projects and keep it handy for household cleaning. Learn to can fruits and vegetables. Master canning techniques to preserve fruits and vegetables for year-round use. Sterilize jars. Prepare produce and use a water bath or pressure canner to seal. Properly canned goods can last for years. Begin with simple canning recipes and gradually expand your repertoire for more variety and convenience. Use honey as a natural preservative. Honey is expensive now, but during Grandma's time, she used it to preserve food because it was a cheap and effective method. Honey has natural antibacterial properties and a long shelf life, making it an ideal preservative. Submerge sliced fruits in honey and store in airtight jars. This method prevents spoilage and adds a natural sweetness. Try preserving different fruits like apples and pears for a healthy, long-lasting treat. Patch shoes with rubber soles. Repair worn-out shoes by patching them with rubber soles. Cut rubber pieces from old tires or mats to fit the shoe's sole, then glue or sew them onto the worn areas. This technique extends the life of your shoes. Gather old rubber materials and basic repair tools to get started. Make candles from leftover wax. Collect leftover wax from old candles and melt it down to make new candles. Use a double boiler to melt the wax, then pour it into molds with new wicks. This method recycles wax and creates cost-effective homemade candles. Save wax scraps in a container until you have enough to melt. Buy quality when you can. Invest in high-quality items that last longer and perform better. Whether it's clothing, tools, or appliances, quality products save money in the long run by reducing the need for frequent replacements. Research and read reviews before purchasing to ensure you are making a wise investment. Spend more time outside without your phone. People don't have the luxury of owning a phone during Grandma's time, and it was for a good reason. They enjoy outdoor activities without the distraction of today's technology. Take walks, read a book in the park or garden. Disconnecting from technology reduces stress and increases mindfulness. Schedule regular outdoor time and leave your phone at home or in your pocket to fully engage with nature. Use brown paper bags for wrapping gifts. Wrap gifts using brown paper bags for a simple, eco-friendly alternative to traditional wrapping paper. Decorate the paper with drawings, stamps, or ribbons for a personalized touch. Save used brown paper bags throughout the year and repurpose them during the holiday season. Have an emergency fund ready. Prepare for unexpected expenses by maintaining an emergency fund, a practice often used by Grandma. Save a portion of your income regularly in a secure place like a jar or envelope at home. Aim to save 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses. This frugal tip ensures you have cash readily available for unforeseen events, providing financial stability without relying on credit. Use alternative preserving methods. Explore different methods to preserve food, such as fermenting, drying, and pickling. Ferment vegetables with salt water. Use a dehydrator for fruits, and pickle cucumbers in vinegar. These techniques extend the shelf life of produce, providing a variety of preserved foods. Start with simple recipes and expand your preserving skills over time. Use leftover fabric to make handkerchiefs. Repurpose leftover fabric into handkerchiefs. Cut fabric scraps into squares, hem the edges to prevent fraying, and use them as reusable alternatives to tissues. This reduces waste and saves money on disposable products. Gather fabric scraps from old clothes or sewing projects and start creating a set of handkerchiefs. Turn tin cans into storage containers. Repurpose tin cans as storage containers for small items like pencils, utensils, or craft supplies. This creative recycling project reduces waste and provides useful storage solutions. Keep a collection of tin cans and upcycle them as needed. Use tea bags multiple times, or reuse tea bags to get the most out of them. Brew a cup of tea with a tea bag, then dry and store the bag for a second use. This practice saves money and stretches your tea supply. Experiment with reusing tea bags for weaker brews or combine multiple used bags for a stronger cup. Collect and use pine cones as fire starters. Gather pine cones to use as natural fire starters. Dry them thoroughly, then place them under logs in your fireplace or campfire. Pine cones ignite quickly and burn steadily, helping to get your fire going. Collect pine cones from your yard or local parks and store them in a dry place. Use cash. As a frugal person, Grandma only relied on using cash, and for good reason. Using cash helps save money by limiting spending to what you physically have, avoiding debt and interest charges. To implement this, withdraw a set amount each week, allocate it into spending categories, and use only this cash for purchases. Cook at home more. Prepare meals at home to save money and eat healthier. Plan your weekly menu. Shop for ingredients and cook in batches to save time. Home-cooked meals reduce reliance on expensive takeout and processed foods. Start by mastering a few simple recipes like egg drop soup, beans, and rice, and gradually expand your cooking repertoire. Hand-wash dishes. Grandma wouldn't rely on modern dishwashers that we have right now. Instead, she would manually hand-wash dishes to save water and energy consumption. Fill one sink with soapy water and the other with rinse water. Scrub dishes in the soapy water, then rinse them in the clean water. This method conserves resources and lowers utility bills. Use minimal detergent and rinse efficiently to maximize savings. Save bath water for washing clothes. Reuse bath water to wash clothes and reduce water consumption. After bathing, transfer the water into a container and use it in your washing machine or for hand washing. Ensure the water is free from harsh chemicals and excessive soap. This frugal practice conserves water and lowers utility bills. Make soap pouches from onion bags. Repurpose mesh onion bags into soap pouches. Cut the bag to size, sew one end closed, and insert a bar of soap. The mesh acts as a gentle scrubber and helps the soap last longer. This creative reuse of materials reduces waste and adds a practical item to your home. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.